bringing the news and information you need from the steps of the Florida State Capitol in Tallahassee. This is a special edition of Comcast Newsmakers.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Newsmakers. I'm Spiro Canton here in the plaza of the state capitol. You might hear some music in the background. It's Children's Week up here. We're talking about different types of children's issues. The guest this hour is Phyllis Kalifeh, right? Yes. Kalifeh, she's the CEO of the Children's Forum, and I thank you very much for joining us. You have a unique perspective, Phyllis, and this is something that I suppose has been overlooked by many, and that is taking a look at kids that take care of people who take care of preschoolers.
Right, that's correct.
And how have you gotten into this with the Children's Forum?
Well, actually, those who are caring for our children are probably the most important ingredient in terms of quality of care. We have research to support that those who are better trained and have specialized education in the field do a better job. And this is critically important now because we know that the years from birth to 5 actually form the foundation for later school success and success in life. So what happens during those early years is critically important, and those who care for them consequently are important.
What are some of the problems that you've seen in different, I guess we're talking about daycare facilities and child care facilities throughout the entire state?
Right, early care and education, which would encompass family child care homes, child care centers, voluntary pre-kindergarten programs. All of these really embrace the total system for early care and education. So we have more than 600,000 children in our state daily going to some type of substitute care arrangement.
That's an amazing amount.
It is. It's a lot. I mean, with over 60% of our parents in the workforce, there needs to be obviously at least a quantity of care in the market, and we also want to make sure it's quality. And we know that those who care for them are critical in making it a quality program.
Again, some of the problems you've seen out throughout the entire state.
Well, we know that turnover is a major issue. For example, we know that between 30 and 40% of people who come into the field leave within the first year of employment. Now, we know that's critical because young children need to form those stable relationships with a primary caregiver. That's also important because when you have high turnover, it affects quality. And that affects children's language, their cognitive reasoning, their ability to develop vocabulary, all of those skills that are so necessary for later school success.
Is there tight regulation on these type of facilities throughout the entire state?
Well, what we have is minimum standards that, for example, in our voluntary pre-kindergarten program, the minimum standard is a Child Development Associate credential, which requires 120 hours of training and some additional testing, if you will, to be able to receive the credential. We know that that's step one on the rung of the professional development ladder. So what we're hoping to see is additional investments and additional increases so that we can help move those folks.
We mentioned before that this is critical for many parents because they're in the workforce.
Absolutely.
What should parents look out for when they're going to a facility that's going to take care of their child?
Sure. Well, they need to first of all go in and observe the facility, and what's happening on a daily basis. Are the children actively engaged in learning activities? Is there warm, responsive, nurturing care available? In other words, are teachers responding to the individual needs of children? Do they know the names of the children? It's amazing, that we've gone into facilities where they really don't know the names of the children because the staff turn very rapidly. Also of concern is a number of changes and transitions within even the typical day in a child care center, that they can have multiple adults, and forming those relationships is sometimes very difficult. So we really endorse the whole notion of primary caregiving, where there's relationships established between the child, the parent, and the teacher in order to help monitor and scaffold and grow that child.
So it's just not a question of cost, a question of quality.
Absolutely.
And if you're going to really take your child there for a long time, make sure the quality is the top you can get.
Absolutely.
Right.
And if I were a parent, I would ask about that.
All right. Well, thank you very much. This hour's newsmaker, Phyllis Kalifeh, CEO of the Children's Forum. I'm Spiro Canton here in Tallahassee. Thank you for joining us.
The preceding has been a special presentation of Comcast Newsmakers from the Florida State Capitol in Tallahassee.